Sports, some clarification now that Tom Pelissero edited his tweet. It's all coming out too. Denver is sending a 2024 6th-round pick to New York for Wilson and a 2024 7th.
All right, so they've got to send a pick back with Wilson.
Yes.
So it is kind of like the Fields comp.
New York is also going to pay some of the $5.5 million to him.
So Zach Wilson has been traded to the Denver Broncos. Okay.
And according to Diana Rossini, the Broncos are still going to do their homework on all the other quarterbacks that could be available to them in the first round.
I would think, that should not prevent them from attacking the quarterback position because they don't have one.
It's a little late to do the homework, no?
Well, continue. Listen.
Hopefully they were doing the homework since January.
They're going to do their homework.
Guys, the test's not till Thursday, okay?
Jeez.
That's right. You talk about crashing.
Test is not until Thursday, okay?
Cramming for the test.
There's still 3 days left, all right?
That's awesome.
Adam Schefter put this out on ESPN.com today, his notes heading into the draft, and there's an interesting one that could involve the Bears. There is supposed to be a resolution on the alleged tampering that the Falcons did with Kirk Cousins, and it's supposed to be more severe than what the Dolphins got.
Really?
And the Dolphins forfeited their 2023 first-round pick and a 2024 third-round selection.
Right.
So if the Falcons have to forfeit their first-round pick,
the
would
Bears
be
go
the
up a
8th
spot.
overall, then the Bears would move up to number 8.
Basically, they would be picking 8th.
Yeah.
Although I don't think they actually they just vacate that spot. They would stay in the 9th slot, but you'd be taking the 8th player.
Still taking the 8th
You're
player.
still,
taking the
it's
8th
one less.
player.
It's one less player
Right.
off the board.
You're taking the 8th player
for the Bears, and Dallas Turner's been rumored to Atlanta for months. It seems like.
So when do we get word on that?
Schefter says this week.
Wow.
Conclusion as early as this week per sources.
Boy, the Bears have to be sitting around in Dallas. Let's hope that happens. It's on.
Help them get Romy.
It
Well,
could
and
help them
Shane
get
Norling,
rolling.
producer of Cap and J Hood, had an interesting point. It would be easier to move up if you wanted to move up because it's technically less spots.
Less spots. So somebody jumps in. You know what, though? At the end of the day, it might not matter in terms of the volume that's there for the Bears anyway, right? It could only... Doesn't it only help them if that's the case to have one of the two receivers there, don't you think?
Yep.
Or am I looking at that wrong? I mean, it would,
You're looking at it right.
I think so.
What if Joe Alt's available there?
I don't know that
What if
Joe Alt's
nobody-
getting past 7.
What if nobody takes Joe Alt?
The Bears have some serious contemplating to
They've
do.
got some contemplation.
If nobody takes Joe Alt before 9 or before 8 potentially. That's an interesting tidbit. What else, Adam?
He had some notes on the Bears here. When Caleb Williams visited Chicago in early April, the Bears did something smart. Rather than have Williams go to dinner with their front office and coaches, they sent him to dinner with teammates. We know Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, TJ Edwards, and others were there. The thinking was those are some of the team's most respected players and the players whom others listen to. And this group then would be able to tell other players what they were getting in Williams, who is going to be the number 1 overall pick.
See, the reports continue to come back that he's likable, that his attitude is good. He's handled himself quite well. And I think it probably is smart the way the Bears handled
a dude.
that. None of it's going to matter at the end of the day if you can't help him along, if you can't develop him right. None of it's going to matter. He's going to have to be great.
There's reports of the contract negotiations happening already. I like that.
It shouldn't be too much of a problem. The offset's the only
Surprised
thing
they're not
that...
selling jerseys yet.
They will
Well,
be.
I don't think technically.
They will
can.
be. Come Friday.
I'm telling you, be on the
it'll
lookout.
all
Be on
right.
the lookout after this week for Hard Knocks news. I think.
Oh, Carm's breaking news again.
Sounder?
Give me the sounder.
Well, I wouldn't.
No?
You want the sounder,
No?
Carm?
I wouldn't go that far, but I've heard now from 2.
Very reliable sources.
Dude, stop following me.
Well,
That guy? Did that guy tell you? Did
Dude.
that guy tell you?
Stop
that guy
following
did
me.
not tell me. I've heard, from inside the building and outside of it,
Both
that
places.
the
What about on top of the building?
Not
Anybody on top of the
not on
building
top.
telling you?
No, not on top. Not on
How about
George's
somebody
helicopter
working
pad.
on the sewers underneath?
I would say, no, not underneath either. Inside and outside, the feeling, I'm just telling you from what I've heard from 2 different people.
It's a feeling.
The feeling
Whoa.
around the league is, and I'm talking about people very much connected in this league,
In the
in
league.
the building, and then someone very much connected to the league.
In the league.
That they feel like the Bears will be the Hard Knocks team. In the past, It was conveyed to me that in the past they have very much respected George McCaskey's wishes.
But now,
They will no longer respect
Chris, they were basically like, George,
You're
tough.
doing it, George.
Like you're you're up and coming. You're the Bears.
Yeah.
You're one of the candidates, and you've got Caleb Williams.
your
like,
coach had a hell of a glow
go
up.
get
They're
some Jimmy
basically
Johns.
like, from what I heard, they're basically telling like George this time, like George, listen,
Just get it out of the way.
you're
the
going to do it.
Band-Aid
Like,
off.
and I'm
We need premier
I am hearing
seeding.
it is very much like it felt around the league that the Bears are going to be the hard knocks.
We need to
Man.
be inside.
You
for
thought the
that.
jockeying for position to go to London was bad.
Oh boy.
You guys fighting over who's going to be on Hard Knocks.
I'm jockeying for
Oh, yeah,
London.
it's
I don't
gonna
give
be
a
a boy
damn who's
fight.
on Hard Knocks.
There will definitely
Cap
be a
already
boy
claimed.
fight.
I don't want to go in. I don't care about Hard Knocks. I want to go to London. London's calling.
Cap's going to be getting mani pedis with Caleb.
People,
Oh,
go
I'm
and
not
let him
surprised.
go. I don't care. I want to go. I'm jockeying for London, and that's it. So let's be on the lookout in the coming weeks for that. And I don't know when they'll announce that, if they're going to do that around the schedule or sometime after. I've heard
Carmen's
from a couple of
fighting
people
for London. He wants London.
that they definitely feel like the Bears are going to be I think from like what I gathered, the Bears kind of sense it. So we'll see.
Sylvie's going to say he already knows Caleb.
Well, listen,
met him.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And Sylvie
know
wrote
him.
about it in his
freaked him
in his
out.
column a couple of weeks ago. Sylvie wrote about the Bears and Hard Knocks.
You freaked him out.
That Sylvie thinks he was just writing that he thinks it'd be great, that they should embrace it if indeed it happens. What else, Adam?
Bears general manager Ryan Poles is going to meet the media tomorrow. Monty Austinfort of the Arizona Cardinals met the media today and said that the number 4 pick they are open for business. The
Right.
number 4 pick is for sale, but don't expect any deals until the Cardinals are on the clock.
Like which is somewhat okay. He wants to know what's available. That's the way it is sounded here.
yeah.
Building up to all this, and I guess like Adam just said, he's even reiterating that now. He's publicly saying it. Like they want to see what's available. I think they know though, don't they? I mean, they know Marvin's going to be there if they want him. Field said he thinks they're going to still stay and draft Marvin Harrison. That the fun stuff really starts around 5. Field Yates joined us earlier. If you missed it, go to our YouTube page. Make sure you follow our YouTube channel, the Carmen and Jurko channel. Just search at Carmen and Jurko. Like and subscribe, and you'll get all the videos. The video with our conversation with Field will be up later. Anything else, Adam?
Jeff Howe of The Athletic wrote what he's hearing from executives and coaches about the wide receivers and the smoke that Malik Neighbors could be going ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's all the cliches that you get from executives and coaches. Why not run at the combine? One coach said, competitors compete. An executive added said there's so much unknown with the way he handled the process. It's an incomplete picture, at least from a comfort standpoint.
Interesting.
So did he hurt himself by not doing anything at the combine or a pro day or anything like that?
I don't know. Part of it feels like you're overthinking it almost, right?
Yeah.
You're letting the noise get to you a little bit. Although I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you told me 3 years from now, Neighbors, Odunze, or Marvin, and if any one of the three, I think you could look at it 3 years and be like, that's the best player from that draft. That's the best wide receiver from that draft. I think all three are that good.
Here's what they said about Rome Odunze. He's a gazelle. He's a freaking stud of a human.
I love him.
About Rome Odunze.
I've loved him for
Stud
months,
of a
months
human.
and months. I love the ability to contest and be physical and
He's a
come
human
down with the
stud.
ball and the route running and the physicality and the. I love him. I absolutely love Rome.
And you mentioned Kobe White. Did you mention DeMar DeRozan? Clutch Player of the Year.
Yeah, congrats.
Clutch
Okay,
player of the
Nominated for
year.
Clutch Player of the
Player
Year.
All right.
Clutch.
Clutch
He's
player of the year.
against
They're not in the playoffs.
Steph Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
So two of the players that are nominated aren't in the playoffs.
regular season award.
How
Brought
clutch
you
were you?
regular
Just
season
call him
award.
Shane
I
Gillis-Alexander.
think he did.
Yeah.
I think he said Shane Gillis.
Shane
I
Gillis,
think
yeah.
you called him Shane Gillis-Alexander.
Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shane
did.
Gillis.
Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's right. Just call him SGA.
Making sandwiches at night.
That's right. Congrats to DeMar for being a finalist for the clutch player. It's Carmen and Jurk. That's the lunch rush. Players of the weekend next.